Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Kent Winder, and I play Felix Ungar in this presentation of The Odd Couple.
And Kevin Winder, and I play Oscar Madison in this version of The Odd Couple.
Very cool. And how long have you been in theater?
I've been in theater for, I think my first play at the Playhouse here was probably, I'd say, 8 years ago maybe. It was It's a Wonderful Life. I'd have to check to see when that was the first play that I was ever a part of here.
I've been a part of theater in high school, and then in college at Mid-Plains I did a couple plays, and then I started here at the Playhouse. Probably the first year would have been 1994, 1995 was my first play, and I've kind of been in them ever since.
Who inspires you when you get up and do your theatrics? What inspires you, or who inspires you for that?
I don't know if I can name any particular person that inspires me. I just think that it's inspirational to have this type of a theater in North Platte, and to be able to have all the people that come in and help out, from directing to the costuming, and then just being part of the play. I think that we have some great talent here, and that kind of inspires me. It's really fun. We have a lot of fun, and so to be able to do that, I think is really a good time. And you meet new people every time you come through, and that's one of the reasons why I do it, and that's what inspires me to do it, is to the friendships that you get from it.
I guess I would just echo those words. I mean, I think this cast, the other cast I've been a part of have been pretty good, but with this cast being as small as it is, it kind of helps. You kind of get to know each other a little bit better and stuff like that. And this cast in particular is pretty talented. I think this is a good cast, be a good production.
Is this a lasting friendship with, people that you meet in plays? I mean, are the same people in plays all the time, or, that you're like, hey, I was with you in this play, hey, I was with you in this play, and then does that, does it make it easier to do the play when you know your cast and you know your director if you've worked with them before?
Well, I think for me, actually, there's been a couple of lasting relationships. The first time I think I met Joel Bennett was actually in a play. I can't remember what specific play it was now, but that was the first time I met him. And me and my wife and him and his wife get together pretty regularly when we can, and just get together at houses and stuff now too. So we've carried that out even just outside the theater. So it does escalate into that.
I think there's a good mixture of new people and people you've worked with before, and that always makes it fun to have that mixture. And it's the same with directors. There's directors you've worked with before and new directors, so I think that's what makes it enjoyable, is to get that mixture in there, to make new friends and meet new people, and then also have some of the people that you're familiar with that have been in it before. Very
neat. Do you guys have a way of learning your lines? I mean, do you like read a couple lines and then cover it up and like da 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 and read it? Do you have a process of learning your lines?
I think for me, I like to take a couple pages and learn those, and then maybe add a page or two, and then go back and do the whole 4 pages, and that way that kind of gets it fresh in my mind. So that's kind of how I like to do it, and kind of take it, maybe in a week's time, take a certain amount of pages in a day and try and do that. This play, Neil Simon does such a good job of writing that it came a little easier for me, so I was able to do a lot more than what I thought I would be able to do in terms of memorizing. He's a great writer, and I've never had a play like this where the lines came as easy as they did in this one.
I think for me, I take a couple of pages, and then I do exactly what you say. I cover up the lines, and then I read the line ahead of mine, and then try to read mine out loud. In some places I can't read it out loud, obviously. I go through it in my mind over and over, and then after I'm pretty comfortable. If I make a mistake, if it's a little small mistake, I'm not too worried about it, but if I really mess it up, then I go all the way back to the beginning and see how long I can make it through, and then you always try and refresh on the lines that you have memorized. But my wife actually works with me at home quite a bit. She'll read my cue line, and then I'll read the lines. So we'll be in the kitchen or whatever and cleaning up, and we'll just be rehearsing lines throughout the house. So she helps me out quite a bit.
Very nice. Very nice. Do you Do either one of you have a particular performance that is very memorable, where you're like, I remember everything about that, or this was funny, or this was, I mean, it doesn't have to be like a smooth performance, but something that really sticks out in your mind?
I think for me, It's a Wonderful Life was that role, because that's one of my favorite movies and always has been. So when that came to the Neville Center, and that was one of the plays that the Community Playhouse did, I kind of jumped at that chance to be able to play the character of George Bailey, because I just, every Christmas I watch it, I have it, I have a recorded copy of it, so I put that in ever so often too, and so that to me was the highlight, to be able to play a character like that, that was one of my favorite shows.
That's probably mine too, because it was my first one, but it was kind of neat because actually me and Kent obviously played brothers in that play. So although my part was, it was small, I mean, it was just kind of my introduction to this stage in particular. So it was a pretty small part, but it was a lot of fun. And if I remember right, that's one of the very few plays that they've had here that, like a non-musical, that sold as many tickets as it did up to that time. And I think the record has been broke since, but I think up until that time, that was like the most sold out non-musical that this theater had. So to see, it's always nice to have the audience out there, and I really get my energy off of the audience. So to see a packed house was, to me, that was really neat. And it was just kind of nice being, playing the part of Kent's brother in that one, and it was a lot of fun.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, thank you very much for your time.